We now have confirmation that at least 4 people are among those killed, 2 guards, 2 employees, and these are 3 buildings. There's the ministry, there's another building, and there's the unit that is tasked with protecting senior Afghan officials. According to police sources, 2 attackers are still out there tossing hand grenades, exchanging gunfire against the security forces. The attack took place at a time when it was the time that many people would have been on their way back home, so there are a lot of fears about the fate of ordinary Afghans and employees of the ministries, and it's still an ongoing attack. But sadly, once again, what this attack shows us that Afghan cities, including Kabul, are paying the price for what is now almost years of bloody and brutal attacks, and mostly Afghans are finding themselves at the front lines, whether it's a ministry, it's a street, or it's a restaurant in the city here in Kabul. And obviously there are a lot of hopes with the ongoing efforts for peace talks between the Americans and the Taliban and the Gulf states that Kabul would not be bearing the brunt of this conflict anymore. At least there was a lull in violence over the last few weeks, but sadly, again, people here in Kabul are witnessing what is actually a very powerful and deadly attack in an area that should have been protected, and government buildings that should have been able to prevent these vehicles from driving all the way up to the gate of the ministry.
Exactly. I mean, this is an area, a government ministry has again been targeted, and so shockingly close to the United States Embassy, which is known to have some of the strongest security in the country, yet this area was still targeted.
The U.S. Embassy, I think, is almost 700 meters or so away from where the attack took place. But again, the U.S. Embassy, like many government buildings, or behind blast walls, you see all these big barriers put in front of those buildings. And I think that is a sad reality of this city, that the insecurity or the threat of these attacks have really limited the ability of the Western diplomats and even government offices. But what we often hear in this city time and again, that there is a security strategy, that Kabul will be protected, but unfortunately for the millions of people who have no chance of escaping from this city, there has not been any measures protecting lives. And as I said, it's still an ongoing situation. We are still waiting to hear more. But this is now a bloody fight for almost 1 hour, where the attackers are throwing hand grenades. And Afghanistan's best special forces, the crisis response unit, is on the scene trying to put an end to this attack.